What's going on, Billboarders? This is Doom Kitty. We are back again. Right now, we are backstage in Shenzhen at the Jungle Music Festival. I'm sitting down with a guy who, if you were going to use one song to sum up his career, well, it would be epic.
Yeah.
This is Quintino. What's up, dude?
Really good, thank you. I kind of lost my voice because I've had a great show.
Well, yeah, so we're catching you just after your performance, which is a little unusual for us.
Yeah, like right after.
But you're struggling a little bit. There was a lot of yelling.
Yeah, I enjoyed it so much. I was really into it. And like 60 minutes, I gave it all. So like now I'm out of energy.
Well, I have to say, I mean, I was able to catch that from the sidelines, and that was insane. That was so much fun.
I loved it. To be honest, like I had the sun. We called it the sunset time. The moment I came up, it was all bright, and within 20 minutes, it was all dark. So it's like amazing to see the changeover. People were crazy.
And we've got some massive crowds here today. I mean, this must be fun.
I love it, man. I want to go back.
You've been DJing and producing for a while.
Yeah.
Talk to me how you got to this point. How you got to where you are today.
Well, it's really funny. I came from a real small city in Holland. It's 50,000 people. And I started to doing my own parties just so I could play. I was like not famous. Nobody wanted to book me. So I was like, I just give my own party, really small, so I could just DJ. And then one time Layback Luke was there. And so he was finished and I started DJing. And he was standing in the back the whole time. I was kind of nervous. I was like, huh? And I kept DJing, and he came up to me. He's like, "Yo, I really like it. Like a long time ago, he's like, you're mixing really fast, and I really like this. So we should keep in contact." And my world just changed. Like,
I mean, that's insane.
Yeah, like from a young kid, that one of the guys you look up to helps you. That was the start of my career.
We got to talk about Epic. This track, it was #1 in the Netherlands, 2011. Yeah. And I think a lot of people credit it as the first sort of true big room house track.
True. It was from all the dance music, there was so much coming up, so many artists releasing, and this was like groundbreaking because it's one of the first records that got played on the radio. It was really hard, so it was like really new for radio, and the clubs and all the festivals. The moment it dropped, everybody was like cheering, like we were winning the World Cup, you know. So maybe not for dance music, but for me it was life changing.
Is that you and Rehab collaborated on a track off of his latest album, Trouble?
Yeah.
And now you've produced with other people before. Of course, you've produced plenty of your own stuff as well. How did the two compare? I mean, working with someone else, doing something together versus working on your own.
To be honest, if you're on your own, you just do whatever you like, and you're just vibing in the studio. If you work together, you call each other or you see each other somewhere. You're like, hey, let's work together. And you always have kind of an idea what's good for best of both worlds. And so me and Rehab are really good friends. We did Freak. It had like millions of views, and now we did a new single, I Just Can. He had the vocal, and I was like, hey, I got a beat. And then we worked together, and it blew up. Like, I don't know, like 30, 40 million views, I don't know, but a lot.
I mean, it definitely went crazy.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, though. I mean, talking about this, what's your process like? How do you put these tracks together?
It depends. Sometimes I really feel like more vocal records. And sometimes, like, I'm in a mood just to be like full club records, bangers. That's why I have my Go Harder EP. Like, it can be rough and raw because it's on the EP and it's my dark side, you know, when I play in a festival. If you want to be completely wild on stage, that's my Go Harder EP. So it depends what I want to make. It's difficult to say.
I just can't. I just can't. It's when I see your face, my senses.
You did a remix of Mi Gente with Hardwell.
Yeah.
And listening to that, I mean, it's interesting. It's a very different take on that.
Yeah.
And I was hoping you could maybe walk me through how you approach doing remixes over your own productions.
Well, I like to do remixes because I always have a few records I love. And for example, I did a Galantis Runaway remix just for fun. I love the record. I just did a remix, and they called me like, "Hey, we want to release this." I was like, "Okay, cool, whatever." I love it. And then I did Major Lazer Light It Up. I heard the records like, yo, I love it, but it's not good for the clubs. I'm gonna change it and make a remix. And then Diplo texted me like, hey, let's release it. It's like, okay. And then the same with me, Gente, with Harwell. I always like the rhythms, the bubbling beats in the records. I always do that. And with this record, with a catchy melody, the beats fitted perfectly. So I just made a mashup, a remix, and they contact us again, like, hey, you want to release it? It's like, okay. It's
I mean, that's pretty
unbelievable.
cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. So I started off doing like just remixes for my set, and they all end up being released. So it's cool.
Shake your body, girl. Move your body, girl. 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 Shake your body, girl. Move your body, girl.
I mean, I think it's safe to say the last few years have been pretty good to you.
Yeah.
You know, you've gone from opening to headlining.
Yeah.
And I think more quantifiable, more concrete proof is through DJ Mag.
Yeah.
Over the last 4 years, you've gone from placing 86 and 80,
Yeah.
I think it is,
Crazy, yeah.
to 32 and 30.
Yeah.
Your world's changing.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that? I mean, how do you keep up?
For me, the funny thing is DJ Mag, almost so much controversy over the DJ Mag, but for me it's like a factor that it shows we're doing a good job, and the records are doing really well. We do amazing shows, and then if you get a recognition also with the DJ Mag, it's all those factors combined. I feel that makes the artist. It's not only DJ Mag, it's not only the records, it's not only the shows, it's everything together. And like last year, this year, everything falls together and it keeps getting more beautiful and beautiful. Like I'm doing the headlining shows right now. I'm blessed. I'm happy.
Let me ask you this: has that changed the way you're approaching either the live performances or your production at all?
Yeah, so we put way more effort in the shows. I changed all my visuals. It took me 8 months.
Wow.
And we did the first half of the visuals tonight, and in 2 weeks it's finally finished. And it took me almost a year, like 8 months, and then, you know, before it's finally finished, the new year. So we try to invest more and more in quality, and it takes a lot more time. But when all those products are finished, like records, production-wise, visual-wise, the quality is way higher. And it needs to be, because I'm growing bigger and bigger, and everything needs to grow with me. It's a hard process, it's really hard work, but I'm happy when something is finished. It makes you bigger and bigger, and it makes me way more happy too. Got collaborations in March, releasing with Steve Aoki. In January with Harwell, my new EP on Spinning, a new record on Spinning. I got like 3 records with Dimitri and Mike, Dimitri Figures Like Mike. And that's only the beginning. So I work with Dubs, Alok, everyone, and of course all my solo records. So music-wise, we have a lot finished. So I'm happy with that, and a lot of shows I'm doing. Sensation in Jakarta. I'm coming back to China, of course.
Oh, great!
Yeah. So oh no, I can't wait. 2000, let's go.
Man, this is great because you are lighting up. Like
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
And of course, I gotta ask. I mean, you're working with Steve Aoki. He's playing tonight. You sticking around?
Yeah, of course. We're good buddies.
Awesome. Well, dude, thank you so much for the time. This has
You're
been
welcome.
a real pleasure, and so was the set.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Awesome.